Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name is Rosa, if you don't know, and I am at the Nippon Gallery in Manhattan on 57th Street. And this is the ACG Show and Tell Social Mixes series. And I'm here with my amazing guest, who is one of the artists at this amazing exhibit that's taking place until July 23rd at the Nippon Gallery. Just tell us who you are and where you're from.
Oh, sure. Richard Ford III, or RF Third online. Originally from Detroit, but living here in New York.
Right, so we thought we would just take this interview on the road and just highlight this amazing exhibit that he has going on here. So just gonna run down the list of questions for you. So just what's the inspiration behind this exhibit? Is there any like specific themes or concepts that you had when putting this together?
So for my pieces, the idea was actually centering all of the new pieces off of this old piece that's here.
Oh, okay.
So I did this one back in like end of 2020, 2021. At the time, I guess I was going through like my cyberpunk and like Akira phase. So I wanted to make like, just suits with like technology and graffiti within like the background. For this piece, it's a little more subtle. And then for the show, just a chance to like showcase work that was centered around my two passions, which is graffiti and anime and manga. So just trying to like create like a marriage between the two.
Right.
So just experimenting with like traditional paintings, marker pieces. The one on the end has a more of a collage piece where there's lots of like paper and paper layers and a little bit of plastic, and like two digital works as well.
So you mentioned Akira and some other influences. So are there any specific artists or other anime or manga references that influence any of these pieces?
For these pieces, I would say like traditional Japanese clothing, like the kimono. So mostly from like the Taisho era.
Yes.
So like the patterns I thought were always pretty interesting. It's very different, like lots of geometric shapes and like these nice vibrant colors. So that was like a huge inspiration for the two larger pieces. I guess like Venus Wars.
Yeah, I see here. Yeah, nice. The kimono style right here.
Yeah, and also trying to throw in like just some patterns that you don't traditionally see as well. So just using it as like a basis for like reference, but then kind of trying to take it and push it even further. Yeah, definitely Akira and like Venus Wars or like the inspiration for like the tech that's going on. Especially when it comes to like all the cables and the like mechanical parts that are going on. Those two are like huge influence for me.
So tell us about the reception when they had the gallery opening. How was the reception of your pieces and that?
Oh, as far as like reaction from everyone? So they seem to be pretty well received. We had like maybe over 100 guests.
Wow.
So not in just this area. There's like another floor that has pretty much like a dining hall.
Yes.
And then we have like a short introduction to each of the artists and small like 1-minute speech.
Right.
And then I guess some of the guests were able to see the works ahead of time. And everyone was, pretty much congratulating us and telling us how they love our pieces.
Were there any challenges you faced when it was creating this exhibit, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Yeah, creating pieces for the show. I think the largest challenge was just trying to come up with ideas, like trying to push something beyond what I usually do, but also not being over ambitious with like, I'm gonna do like this thing and like this really cool like layering process. So I think when I have like too much time, I'm really slow for like painting.
Like overthink it.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So lots of overthinking. So the closer to like the deadline, it kind of helps to like push me. Not super close where it's like the next day we have to like hang up everything. But I think to get over like those stumbling blocks of like those writer blocks or drawing block, if you will.
Yeah.
Music and
Nice.
kind of taking a break is what helped me the most. Like doing something maybe creative, but not drawing or designing.
Right.
I think that's probably the most helpful thing.
Interesting. I asked our last guest about his musical influences or what kind of music he listens to when he's creating something. What's some music you listen to when you're in this process?
Definitely. I love old school hip hop. So like 90s, like backpacking stuff.
Nice.
But like techno and Detroit techno, some Chicago house, Chicago footwork as well, which is a little more fast paced.
Yeah.
And some anime songs and video game music.
Of course, you gotta have that.
Yeah. So my like playlist like goes all over the place. Like I'll throw in like jazz and stuff as well. But because of the tech like sort of theme, I stayed in the realm of like techno or very atmospheric music. So using lots of synthesizers and whatnot. Nice. Or I would just make a loop and keep it on repeat.
That's it. So, so you also talked about this is a little bit different from like your style or traditional art that you do. So knowing that, how has your art evolved from what you traditionally do to like what you see here?
I would say like probably like the layering process, or not the application of the layering process, but like thinking about adding things on top of like the characters or creating more depth. It's just something that I've really want to experiment more with. I think the paper collage thing is probably where I want to focus on like more for my traditional pieces. Digital, it's just going to look like regular layering process. But.
So how does this exhibit represent a new chapter in your artistic journey?
I would say after finishing the pieces, of course, there's like that feeling of like like I'm not finished. Like I want to keep going, or I'll see like mistakes that I want to fix, or yeah, definitely wanting to experiment more and create more as well. Now having like a little more free time to create like helps with me just kind of focusing on, I want to do more marker pieces or more physical like acrylic pieces as well. So I think more work is like the new goal.
So with us in ACG Show and Tell, like one of the things we do in our network is we like to collaborate. And so with your art, did you happen to collaborate anyone or get any support when it came to these pieces, or just in general with your art when it comes to collaboration? How do you use that?
So usually I work just by myself. Collaboratively, it's been, I think, like years since I've sort of worked with someone like painting at the same time. Working with like other artists, if there's like a certain theme, then trying to stay within that theme for like the show. I think maybe the exhibition that was in Japan with my two friends, that show, we had the theme of like pop culture. So, or kind of similar to like this show, like the influence of anime and manga, but more so in the realm of like fan art. So just doing pieces based off of our favorite series. So in that series or exhibition, just kind of communicating with the other artists, like, hey, this is what I'm planning on doing, but not like physically like in the studio at the same time and like painting. Yeah, I think maybe since like graffiti days. That's like probably the last
Wow,
time
yeah.
that I've done that. So.
So with these pieces, or just any of your pieces in general, is there any like symbolism or meanings that you try to put behind your pieces?
I guess with the characters themselves, like just trying to have like representation with Black culture or like the hip hop aspect with like graffiti and but I guess always with my characters, it's just trying to represent like the culture. Like
Definitely.
nowadays we see like lots of representation with lots of amazing artists that are out there. So just adding to the like plethora of art that's out there. So.
Definitely. So tell us what upcoming projects or exhibits you're going to be in. What do you have going on next?
So currently I'm working on a mural. It's in, I think it's in this video.
Oh, it's in here.
So at that space, it's the Decibel location, the sake bar.
Oh, okay.
So those are all like dragon pieces.
And this is in one. Where is this located?
So Decibel is East Village.
Okay.
So the outdoor seating is something that I'm working on. So currently,
Nice.
It'll probably come up in rotation here,
Yeah.
but it's like the woman that's holding the sake cup.
Yes. Okay.
And she's wearing like a kimono and kind of in a party setting. So we're in the talks of like redoing the entire like outdoor seating.
Nice.
So that's like the big project that kind of working through sketches and doing like a lot of back and forth.
Yes.
So currently like that's the largest project. The stuff with like Capcom is over, so I'm kind of resting.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen you. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, how was that opportunity? I know it's exciting, especially like us in anime, comics, and games to get that.
Oh, I'm still like pinching myself. So like the creator program, like essentially you just do.
Oh, here goes the piece you were talking about.
So with the creator program, essentially
Yes.
you're just creating works that are centered around like your passion for whichever the Capcom IP that's there.
Got you.
And then occasionally what will happen is like an opportunity will pop up, like with the new game, Exo Primal that dropped.
Yeah.
They were asking some of the artists, like, would you be willing to do, a piece that's promoting the game, like a paid commission like piece. And so they hit me up and I was like, yeah, absolutely, for sure.
That's your humble way now saying it, but I'm sure behind the scenes, like, yeah.
Yes. I was doing like backflips and whatnot in the apartment. So definitely.
We'll do a dramatization of that.
Yes.
We'll have Sean do that. No, that's exciting. That's good, man. I mean, congrats on that.
Thank you.
And everything you're doing. I've seen your stuff, and when we did together the panel at New York Comic Con last year, you can catch that on our YouTube. That New York Comic Con panel we did in 2022. But yes, Richard, thank you so much for joining us. Just tell people, where can they follow you, find you? Maybe more follow instead of.
Yeah. Please don't stalk me. So rf3rd.com or social media is rf3rd on Instagram and Twitter. Those are like my main. I'm working on a TikTok, but yeah.
Oh, that's a whole different beast.
I'm intimidated. So if there's any professionals out there that
we're on the same boat. Yeah, any professionals out there?
Actually, I'm still trying to learn Twitter as well. So,
yeah.
But those are like the main spaces to find.
All right. Well, Richard, thank you so much.
No, thank you
for allowing us to see your exhibit here at the Nippon Gallery. You have till July 23rd, right?
26th.
26th. So July 26th to check it out. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.